Hello my little butterflies, welcome back to my channel Butterfly MUA. If you're new here, hi, my name is Mercedes and I'm the face behind Butterfly MUA, and if you are new, remember to hit that subscribe button. If you're not, hi, welcome back. So today's video, I have decided to do a hidden gems at TKMaxx video. So I have a box of makeup. Now it is not stuff that I have bought right now. Like, I haven't gone out today and bought all these. These are things that I have found over the past year or two that sometimes I actually still see there, and I think they are really good products. You know, they're really cute, they work really well. So I just wanted to say, these are the hidden gems that I have found at TKMaxx, and if you see them, they could be worth grabbing. And my hair is really fluffy. It literally just had a downpour outside with like hailstones, so I rushed outside with my husband to go and get the washing in, because obviously with his bad leg he can't do it. So I rushed out there and now my hair's just going fluffy because it got wet, so yay. So let's dive straight in and see what products I have found at TKMaxx. The first thing is this. So this is an I Heart Revolution chocolate palette, and this is the blood chocolate. Okay, bit strange, but bear with. I think this was meant to be a bit of a dupe for, you know, when Jeffree Star brought out his blood sugar palette. I think this was meant to be a bit of a dupe. I have not used this yet, so I'm like, yeah, it's a hidden gem. But I have yet to use this palette, but it does look absolutely stunning. Like, the colours are really vibrant. It's a real nice, I want to say like autumn time palette, but it does have some really beautiful shades in there that you could definitely wear like summertime, in the warmer months. Really nice palette. And the reason I put it in the hidden gems video, even though I've not tested it, is because I love I Heart Revolution chocolate palettes. So far, out of all of them that I have, and I have quite a few, there has only been one that has let me down and I've not liked. So I have very high hopes for this. You know, I Heart Revolution normally kick out some pretty amazing palettes. I think I paid $3.99 for this in TKMaxx up in London when I went to the Glamour Big Weekender last year. I had to go check out the London TKMaxx. Of course I did, and this is what I found. So yeah, very happy with this. I actually really would like to test it out soon, so you might see it pop up at some point. Sticking with eyeshadow palettes. This is the Anastasia, Beverly Hills and Alyssa Edwards palette. So until TKMaxx, I had never tried or tested an ABH palette before. And yeah, online you hear a lot of pros and cons. People either love it or they hate it. Very powdery, very this, but very pigmented. So it's very hard to want to spend the full amount on a palette when some of them are so hit and miss. So when I found this in TKMaxx, I think it was around £20–25, I was like, do you know what? I'm not going to pay 50 something pound or 60 something pound, whatever this retails for. I will pay the 20 something and give it a go. I have to say, I did really like this one. I have hit pan on this shade up here, not because it's too powdery and it's hit pan quickly, but because I was using that shade so much. I actually really like the white shade, although you can see there's a bit of blue in there. I use the vibrant shades, and then I will use the white to sort of blend it out and make it more pastel-y in tone. Really, really colourful. I really enjoyed the formula, so yeah. If you ever see this one in there, I would grab it. I did go into my local TKMaxx the other day and I saw that they had the Subculture palette, but I'm on a no buy at the moment. Unless it's something I need, like concealer or primer, I'm not allowed to buy it. So, you know, I ignored it. But yeah, if you see that one, or this one, I would grab it because it's really, really nice. Again, with an eyeshadow palette, there are actually quite a few eyeshadow palettes, so yeah. This is the Zoeva Cocoa Blend palette. So I had not tried anything from Zoeva until I found this one in TKMaxx. I didn't pay very much for it. I think it was around the £4–5 mark, or maybe £6. It wasn't very dear. I'm not actually sure how much xoxo normally retails for, but I was like, I have seen people online rave about xoxo, so I really wanted to try it. And I have to say, although I'm not really a neutral toned person when it comes to eyeshadows, I really liked this one. The formula was silky smooth, applied really nicely, and for the price point I was quite happy with what I got. So yeah, this is actually a really nice little palette. I quite like the packaging as well, it's very pretty. Sticking with xoxo, I do have more eyeshadow, but I have another xoxo product. Excuse the fingerprints all over it. But this is the Radiant Bronzer and Highlighter palette. So I got this at the same time of getting the Cocoa Blend palette, and I have to say, like, the shades in here are really pretty. I do like to do a shop my stash video. I might actually pull this one out again soon because I think I did really like it, but I actually can't remember. So I would like to test it out again. I like to do the shop my stash because then it rotates my products and there's nothing that is going to get missed or not used for ages and ages and shoved to the back of the drawer. If I shop my stash, I'm going to be pulling them out and trying them so they're getting their use before they go bad. So I think very soon I do need to pull this one back out and give it another shot. Back onto eyeshadow. So this is the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. I got this for my birthday last year. There was a YouTuber and she was called Backchat Beauty. Unfortunately, she's no longer on YouTube that I'm aware of. I don't know why. I've tried to chat to her, but I can't seem to get through, so I don't know if she's got stuff going on. But she gifted me this. Well, she gifted me a TKMaxx voucher, and this is what I got. So this is actually a really beautiful palette. Again, it's one I've only played with once, but I was very happy with the look that I created. Well, I say play with once. I used it on video once. I think I've used it a handful of times, and I would like to pull it out and use it a bit more again because it does have some really stunning shades in here. And you know, finding it at TKMaxx is quite good because Huda Beauty is normally quite expensive, so I think I found this for £25. I wasn't too upset paying £25 for it, but I think the full retail price I probably would have sniffed at a little bit. But you know, it does have some really beautiful tones. Kind of reminds me of like the blood sugar one that I grabbed. You know, not all of it, but quite a few of the tones in here. Maybe that's like a TKMaxx thing. I'm going to grab those sort of tones from TKMaxx, but happy with that one. Sticking with Huda Beauty, I have a lipstick here, and this is in the shade After Party. So it was really the packaging that caught my eye. I think the packaging is absolutely stunning. The lipstick shade is purple and glittery. Now it is not one that I would normally wear, but when you have like a special occasion or you're doing more creative makeup, it is actually a really stunning shade to use. I can't remember how much I paid. I can't remember, but I think it would have been under the £10 mark because I'm a bit of a bargain hunter, and when it comes to lipstick and stuff in TKMaxx, if it's over £10, unless it's like a proper like Gucci or something, I'm probably not going to pay more than £10 because lipsticks go off quicker than powder products. So I'm like, well, it's already going to be a little bit old because it's here in TKMaxx, so I don't want to pay too much because I don't know how long it's going to have left on its shelf life. So yeah, it would have been under £10, but yeah, quite a cute little product. Then I also have the Huda Beauty Passionista Liquid Lip. It's a demi matte. This is very vibrant. It is like fuchsia pink, and I got it at the same time I got the Desert Dusk palette. Again, I would have paid under the £10 mark, maybe £11 I'm thinking in my head, maybe not, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, this is a really nice liquid lip. It is I'll show you. It kind of looks like a liquidy latexy sort of formula. It's very pigmented, very bright. I think I really liked the shade when I got this. I think I wore it for a while. It's not my favourite formula, but it's an okay formula to wear every so often. So yeah, you know, I'm happy I've got it. Maybe not my favourite, but for someone who enjoys Huda Beauty liquid lips, you know, gems are always hidden at TKMaxx for Huda Beauty. So I have two more from Huda Beauty. These are the smaller ones. So they did come in a like lip tin, which was very, very cute. And the shades are Trophy Wife and Shameless. So one of them is a liquid lip, the other one is a lip topper. They are actually really pretty shades. So that one is Trophy Wife, that one is Shameless. So that one's got really nice sort of duochrome effect to it. The tin I think I paid $7.99 for. I think, or was it $8.99? It wasn't very much, which was why I grabbed it, because I was like, hell yeah. It did come with a lip liner. The lip liner is in my lip liner thing over there, but it's balanced. And I kind of don't want to touch it because my kids touched it the other day and they went everywhere. So did come with a lip liner. It's around, but you know, I'm not going to go grab it. But they are very stunning lip shades. I do find the Huda Beauty liquid lip formula to be quite watery compared to other brands, but they're not horrendous. They are actually quite nice, so I do like that one. Next up I have a product from Nars. Now, Nars for me a few years ago, like everyone was raving about it, and I really, really, really wanted Nars products. And I have tried the concealer, didn't really like it. I've tried a lip gloss, didn't really like it. This one is meant to be a dual intensity blush in the shade Craving. Now I know it's not potentially for my skin tone, but I still would not call this a blush. To me it is a bronzer and a highlighter. You know, for whatever skin tone you are, I don't think that's going to be a blush. So hopefully you can see them two there. But this actually works really, really well as eyeshadow, and that is what I've used it for. I have broken it slightly at the bottom, a bit of the products come away, but actually the rest of it is pretty good. So I do like this as eyeshadow. The highlightery shade I have used as highlighter before. If it looks a bit greeny, my kids got hold of it at some point and put fingers in, so I really need to clean it. But you know, as an eyeshadow it's not too bad. I think with these you can dampen them down and make them more intense, so maybe if you have the right skin tone for this sort of shade you could dampen it down and make it more intense for you. But for me it's still a gem, and it's the only Nars product I own now, but I use it as an eyeshadow, not a blush. Then I have an Instant Effects 3D lip plumping treatment. These are actually quite expensive, and I think I paid $7.99 for it. I used to see it in Lloyd's pharmacies. I don't know whether they still sell them now. Does it plump your lips? I would say very slightly. I don't know if it's overly plumping or if it just fills in the lines in your lips so they don't look so dry and crepey. Maybe it gives a slight plumping effect, but I find putting a bit of toothpaste on and leaving it on for a few minutes and then washing that off works just as well, and for the same amount of time. You know, it's not a big fix. You know, if you want plumper lips you will have to look elsewhere. You know, you might have to go down the alteration route, but you know, that's not really my thing. But you know, if that's your thing, you do you. Quite happy for you. But you know, I tried this out. It was okay. It's nice on days where I feel I could do with a bit of plumping. I might put this on, but it's not fantastic, but it's not horrible. I do actually find it really moisturising though. So although I don't tend to use it as the plumper, I will put it on if my lips are really dry to give them a real nice boost of hydration, and it does work, and it fills in all the dry liney bits that you get on your lips. So it is a nice product. It is still a gem, but maybe not for its intended purpose. But that could be because when I got it, maybe it was an older product, so maybe the ingredients inside have broken down that do the plumping thing, and now it's just left it as a moisturising thing. I don't know, but yeah. So I have another product from Anastasia, or Anastasia, Beverly Hills. This is the Moon Child Glow Kit. So once upon a time in the makeup realm, people loved these colour highlights. So these are really like spacey, bluey, greeny, you know, a bit out there. At one point these were highly desired, people loved this palette. So, you know, when I saw it in TKMaxx, I was like, you know, I've heard so many people talking about it, I'll grab it. Have I really used it? No. But the shades in here are really pretty, to the point that I'm like, I can't get rid of it because they are gorgeous, and I don't really have any other tones like that in my collection. Like, they are stunningly pretty. So I've only swatched a couple, I hope you can see them, but they are definitely not products that I have in my collection, and I'm gonna keep it. It is a gem, and you know, you could use it as an eyeshadow if you really wanted to. So, you know, if these colours were to come back into fashion, I may find myself pulling it out of the cupboard or the drawers a bit more. But yeah, you know, it is a hidden gem. It's really, really pretty. I just can't see myself getting rid of it. Next up I have a Ysl Lip Oil. I do also have a lip gloss, but that is in my handbag downstairs and I'm too lazy to go get it. But I bought these at the same time. I think I did pay £10 each. But these are, they are beautiful. So it's there, the orangey toned oily thing. I really like the doe foot. Like, you can see, it really hugs your lips. They kind of actually look like a little pair of lips, but the smell of these are really fruity and pretty. I really like these. When my lips are having a dry day, this lip oil is fantastic. The gloss works really, really well. It is like a berry toned gloss that I have. Again, it's really moisturising. It's kind of like a lip oil with a bit more pigment in it. But I do really like these. I'm very glad I got them. And even when I use them up, I will still be keeping them for the packaging because it's YSL. Next up, Honest Beauty. So last year I pretty much found nearly a full face, other than a few items, of Honest Beauty products. The eyeshadow palette was not my favourite and I have decluttered it, but the primer I completely used up. If I can open it, this is the blush. So this is in the shade Plumberry. It's like a cream blush. I love this. As you can see, there is a huge ass dip in there where I have used it time and time again. It's my favourite shade for like the winter months. I think you can definitely wear it more in the winter because, you know, even though it's quite a dark shade, it blends out really nicely, but it looks like you're coming in from the cold and you've got that sort of winter glow about you where your skin's got really chilly, so your cheeks flush. It's a really pretty shade. I really enjoy the formula. And the liquid lip as well in the shade Fearless. I really, really enjoyed this one too. The formula was lovely. That one there. You know, it's a really nice formula. It was very comfortable to wear. So yeah, I do really like the Honest Beauty brand. Obviously not all the products were my cup of tea, but a lot of them I did really enjoy. Next up I have a bareminerals Mineral Veil finishing powder. I don't know what the shade is. It just says Matte Glow Mineral Veil. So bareminerals are quite an expensive brand. This one was a special limited edition packaging. I've only used it a handful of times because although it is a lovely finishing powder, my skin is, whoa, okay, let's put you away. My skin is very, very dry, so if I use a lot of powder, it tends to accentuate the dryness. So I can only really get away with using this in the summer. It is really, really nice. I do enjoy it. I probably shouldn't be using it now because it says 12 months and I've definitely had it over 12 months, but it's just too pretty to get away from, you know. I can't just bin it off because it looks absolutely stunning. So that was definitely a hidden gem. We are nearing the end. We have 4 more things to go through. So we have a Becca Pearl Glow Luster Glow powder in Pure Pearl. That is a mouthful. So the packaging for this is really, really nice. It kind of reminds me of, if you've ever watched it, Sailor Moon. You know, she has like the little badge here that sits with the moon crystal in it, and then her little bow comes out. You know, it really gives me that sort of vibe. When it opens up as well, like, it's actually really stunning. Although I think that bit there just looks like a huge nipple. That's just me. The colour of this is really, really pretty. You do get a ton of product inside, so it's not a product you're going to use up easily, but I have noticed that with the Becca products, they did do that. Obviously Becca is no more, although Smashbox have taken some of Becca's most famous and most loved products and they sell them through their line now. But yeah, you can't get a lot of Becca anymore unless you find it at TKMaxx. So yeah, I'm very happy with this one. I do really like the shade, but because Becca are gone now, I don't use it that much because I'm a bit like, well, I don't want it to go because I can't get it again. Yeah. And the funny thing was, when I picked this up, it was in the wrong packaging. I picked it up thinking it was going to be something else, but it wasn't. It was this, but I'm actually quite happy it was this. And I can't remember what I paid for it. No, I can't remember that one, what I paid for it. But it couldn't have been that much because otherwise I wouldn't have got it. Okay, so I have a Becca lipstick in the shade Brave. And it was from the Chloe and Malika collection. So it is a really nice, vibrant, like, really bright red shade. Bit similar to what I'm wearing today, I think. But this is such a nice creamy formula. I haven't pulled it out for a while, so I'm just giving it the sniff test. Still smells okay, but I really like the formula. And I really like the packaging because it's got that whole metallic magnet thing. Yeah, I really like that. It's really, really cute. So this looks pretty minging and the writing is all off of it. But this is another Becca product. So this was made by Love with Malika and Becca, but it is the Malika palette. So I found this in my TKMaxx and they didn't have the Chloe one, which probably would have suited my skin tone a bit more, because I know the Malika one was more aimed to people with medium to darker skin tones. But I really, 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 really wanted it because at the time I really liked Chloe and Malika. So I was happy to have either Chloe or Malika's one. And I loved it so much. I hit pan and completely annihilated the highlight. As you can see, I hit pan on that blush. I've hit pan on the bronzer and on the other blush. So this for me was a product that I loved and I used it for months and months and months, to the point that it just, the packaging fell apart. And although it's pretty much used up, I'm not really going to get much use out of it now. I can't get rid of it because to me it's makeup memory. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed this. Again, it was quite some time ago that I bought it, so I can't really remember how much it was. But yeah, I absolutely loved this. It was like for ages my favourite face palette. And I'm going to finish with a face palette. So I probably should have done it earlier because it is a Huda Beauty one. And this is the Melted, oh no, that's not the name of it, Summer Highlight Palette. That it is a highlighter palette with a melted cream and powder highlights. So the packaging is very nice. You can see here it sort of reflects. Oh, it's just really beautiful. And then inside, again, you have quite out there spacey looking highlights. So these are actually really, really pretty. They are not highlights that I use all the time. This one is the cream one that I've just applied, that's a powder. So that is all the highlights. They are actually really pretty. Yes, they're not ones I would use all the time, but they are stunning and they are pretty, and I have used them with certain makeup looks, and yeah, they're beautiful. The creamy one is a really cool texture, but compared to the powdered ones, it's going to go off a lot quicker, so I don't know how much use I will get out of that one, but the other ones are really pretty. I do really like them. Okay, so that's the last one out of the makeup products. I have also got books from TKMaxx, which might seem a bit random, but they do have a little book section at my one, and these ones are really nice. They are by Megan Hess. She's like a fashion illustrator, so I really love looking through these and looking at all the drawings. Plus the pages are like that rose goldy effect. I really like those. And I also got my handbag that I use on the daily from TKMaxx at a bargain price. So yeah, those were the hidden gems that I have found at TKMaxx. So yeah, you know, you can find a lot of hidden gems, but you have to really hunt for them. So yeah, those were my hidden gems. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.